Hey everybody, welcome back. So this will be the second of my two tests on EBL batteries and chargers. The first one was the AA's. This one is the 18650s. They sent me two 18650 button top batteries. They are claiming 3000 milliamp hours for these, and a charger, a pretty basic 2-battery charger. You know, you push the spring-loaded contacts in, put the batteries in, then there's little lights down here for each side, light up red or green depending on the charge state. The charger is input 5 volts, 1000 milliamps, output 4.2 volts, 350 milliamps times 2. So this might be a fairly slow charger, but it might also be a good charger as far as battery life is concerned. So these are button top batteries, as I mentioned, and button top batteries in the past have been something of an issue for me because some of them tend to be really long and won't fit in some things without, you know, forcing them. So let's check the size of these. Let's check 0 first. Okay, we're zeroed. 18650 should be 18 millimeters thick in diameter, so 18.28, and they should be 65 millimeters long. And I've found some button top batteries can be really long. So these are 65.79. That's actually pretty good for a button top battery. I have a another button top battery here at Ultrafire that came with a flashlight. That one's 66.5. And then I had this one also came with a flashlight, and I mean it works okay, but it's 70.5 millimeters long. That's only going to work in something that has a pretty good size spring to take up the extra length. This is the Molicel flat top battery that I have been using to rebuild tool batteries with, and this is 65.01 long, and it'll be 18, of course, 18.23 in diameter. So you can see that the extra length of the button top batteries can be a problem with devices that aren't flashlights with fairly long springs. But these are a pretty good length. So what I'm planning on doing, I'm going to charge them completely up. And I've been using them on and off in some of my flashlights, this crazy bright Thorfire, as well as this other one that actually came from the 18650 battery store. I've been using them and they seem to work just fine. So what we're going to do, I'm going to charge them both up in their charger. I have a power bank that takes one 18650, so I can use my USB tester and my load to run it all the way down flat, and we can see how many milliamps it has drawing down. I also have another charger which has a display on it which will tell me how much it's charging back up to. So I think that's it. I think I told you everything you need to know for this, so let's have at it. Okay, so I have the EBL battery in the power bank. All I have to do now is get it back together, which sometimes on this can be a bit of a trial. There we go. You got to get everything lined up just perfectly or it won't screw back together. All right. I think I got it. Okay, so we're all back together. Let's plug in the USB tester. And you'll note, let me zoom in for you. You'll note I have zeroed it back out. Time, voltage, amps, watts, all that is completely zeroed out. Let's plug our load into it. I am going to bring our load up. Now I thought about what load to put on this. I think a 1 amp load on these is fair. So let's dial this up to 1 amp. I know you can discharge them a lot faster than that. This flashlight here, this is a Cree XML2, and I think it can get close to a 3 amp draw turned fully on, but boy does the light get hot on high. Okay, there we have 1 amp. Let me turn this so that it is right side up. All right, here we go. Let the fun begin. Okay, before you jump on me in the comments, I know that my little power bank does some electronic wizardry with a voltage regulator to keep the voltage at 5 volts, and that my little USB tester will not run much below about 3.5 volts, and that these 18650s can often continue to provide power down as low as 2.5 volts. So what my plan is to get the reading off of the USB tester, and then I'll run the battery completely dead in the flashlight. And the USB power bank has a built-in flashlight. I'll run it completely dead, and then we'll use my little charger that has the meter on it, and we'll charge it all the way back up, and we'll compare what we got, and hopefully we'll come up with a number we can all be happy with. Okay, so we have reached the point where it will not keep the USB tester powered, which means we're down to about 3.5 volts or so. And at some point in time, it kept shutting off, and I turned the load down to 0.5 amp in order to get a little bit more runtime out of it, but now it won't light it at all. Funny though, still lights the flashlight in it without a problem, but it's not running enough voltage to power the USB tester. So I'm not sure I think this is a really valid test for this, running in a power bank that's trying to maintain 5 volts. Let's plug the tester into another power bank just to see where it says we're at. Oh, I gotta power this one on. There we go. So what are we seeing there? We are seeing, I can't see it in the camera. You can see it, I can't see it. That's a 1,325 milliamp hours at 1 hour and 23 minutes before it finally ran down below 3.5 volts, or roughly 3.5 volts. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run it completely down with the flashlight. Okay, and I forgot that I wanted to test the voltage of the battery after it would no longer keep the USB tester running. And honestly, at this point in time, I don't know whether I think it couldn't keep the USB tester running or the power bank itself shut down. I'll keep a better eye on that this time. I switched the first battery over into this flashlight, which it's, after a couple hours of coming off the tester when it couldn't keep that rig running, it still kept keeping the flashlight lit. Well, we've reached the point where it will not keep the USB digital tester lit anymore, so I'm interested to see a couple things. One, I'd like to know the voltage of the battery, but I'd also like to... 3.19 volts, and it would not keep the power bank turned on anymore. Okay, believe it or not, these flashlights have been on all night long. One of these has been on probably close to 20 hours, and the other's been on 17, 18 hours. And that's after they wouldn't keep the power bank and the USB tester running anymore. So I need to get this video done. I'm not going to run them down any further than that. Let's get them out. Let's test the voltage. Let's get them in here, and let's see how many milliamp hours and what the voltage is and all that, and how much they'll take and all that. There's one. And voltage is 2.59 volts. They were 2.6 yesterday. They do not seem to want to go below 2.6 volts. This one, let's turn it off. This one is 2.52, so they will go below 2.6 volts. All right, let's pop them in. I'm going to put the lower one on, the one that was the lowest voltage, over on the left. And let me zoom down on the charger. Hopefully that's focused halfway decently. It is reading 0 volts. We'll put the other one over here. And of course this meter goes to 3 volts, and anything below 3 volts is pretty much a 0 on it. And we will let it charge back up and see what it does. Okay, so both batteries now show fully charged. The one that was discharged the most, I think I got it down below 2.5 volts. It took 2,444 milliamp hours to fully charge, and the one that was still close to 2.6 volts took 2,422. Okay. So first off, the charger. It charges the batteries. What else can I say? It's an intelligent charger. It will not overcharge. It will charge 2 batteries of different levels of discharge. It has lights to tell you when one is charging and when it's fully charged. My only real issue with it was that it has these sharp points here and here, which don't really work that well with a button-top battery. It was just a little fiddly getting it arranged on it. Once it was arranged on it, it worked fine and it charged. Now, the batteries. EBL claims 3,000 milliamps. The most I could put in one was just shy of 2,500. My testing is not scientific. I don't know if it's the right way. Probably not. I don't know how EBL tests them. I don't know. But I know in practice these batteries work very, very well. I would not hesitate to purchase them for myself, use them for myself, or recommend them to anybody. So that's it. Thanks to EBL for sending this out to me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.